Dallas author has written a memoir that's getting a lot of critical acclaim.
It's all about her former life and the dominant role that alcohol played in it. Dan Godwin takes a look in tonight's Fox Forward.
It is a pleasure to say hello to New York Times bestselling author and Dallas native Sarah Hepola. Sarah's newest book is quite a story. It's called Blackout, Remembering the Things I Drank to Forget. It's a harrowing tale, brutally honest, funny at times, and I can tell you, a real page-turner. I know, because I'm making my way through it. Thanks for coming in.
I'm so glad to be here.
So what we have with this book, the true story of a seemingly successful, outwardly anyway, freelance writer living in New York, living the life, but it's in many ways just a big illusion. It's a life fueled by alcohol.
Yeah, ever since I grew up in Dallas, and I always wanted to be one of those writers in New York. That was the dream. And I think that part of that dream is this vision of yourself with sort of this cocktail in your hand and the nice party dress out, surrounded by people laughing. And that was my life. But maybe the part that I didn't tell was the part where I fell down the stairs later that night, or I couldn't remember how I got home. I mean, I was, from an outward perspective, it looked like I was living the life, but there was a lot about that life that people didn't know.
And for a lot of people, alcohol initially seemed to unlock all of these aspects of your personality that you wanted to express.
Yes, absolutely. I think a lot of people forget, people that have drinking problems, well, it starts out as a drinking solution. I was a very shy child. I was uncomfortable in my own body. And alcohol was this way to put myself out there. And it calmed all these roaring insecurities that I had. So it felt like something that fixed me. So it was very confusing when it started kind of pulling me apart.
So you're 41 years old now, if you don't mind my saying. You've been sober for 6 years, no alcohol. How are things now? What's life like?
So, I think that for a lot of us who quit drinking, there is a fantasy that it's just going to all magically get better. Just in the same way that you want alcohol to just magically make you smarter, faster, and funnier. But for me, I think that it gives me the opportunity to create the life that I want. It is not a magically better life, but it is a softer, easier way of living. I don't have to manage all those spinning plates anymore.
And we should mention, this is a book aimed at grown-ups, not really suitable for kids and teens because of the content. But I love what the Chicago Tribune said about the book. As lyrically written as a literary novel, as tightly wound as a thriller, as well-researched as a work of investigative journalism. There's been tons of acclaim for this book. Is it amazing to you that revealing this part of your life has resulted in so much interest and so many people applauding?
So the fact that people responded to it, the reviews were great, but to me, even better than that are the emails that I get from women and men. I know this is targeted as a woman's book. This is not just for women. This is a book for anyone who, struggles to find their own voice and figure out who they really are. And I get so many emails from women and men telling me, this is my story. Thank you for writing this. I feel less alone. That's really who I was writing this for.
Sarah Hepola, thank you so much for the chat. The book is called Blackout.